Greetings, this is Nicole Everett, and you are here with me on Conversations with Nicole. And today I have a very special treat. 2 words, the Almighty, Joe Bullard. I am here with Joe Bullard at Cumulus Broadcasting, 96.1 Jams. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you, Nicole.
Well, look, I should be saying thank you for allowing me to be
waiting on this
here with
conversation.
you. Yes.
Right.
So, radio, you've been doing it for quite some time.
Forever.
How did you get into radio?
Wow. In Orlando, believe it or not, or really Jacksonville.
Okay.
Attending Eugene J. Butler, the radio station talked about every school but my school, and I would call the station and complain.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was Johnny Shaw. They called him the devil's son-in-law.
Mm.
And he asked, can you read? And I said, of course. He said, well, I got this record I got to play. Read what's in the paper about your school, and I'll put you on the radio. And the record he played was Gladys Knight, Heard It Through the Grapevine.
Oh.
And from that point on, from there to hanging out at radio station, became a radio junkie and attending the games. And really, they had me doing sports, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a start. That was in Jacksonville. In Orlando.
Uh-huh.
Got there. They had a contest, 25 words or less of why you want to be on the radio. And I wrote to play better music. And that caught the attention. I won Jock of the Week and then Jock of the Month.
It. Okay.
Coming from Jacksonville, the songs Orlando was playing was old, and I
like
knew the new stuff.
Okay, the new stuff.
And the rest is history.
Okay, history. So around when was that?
When was that? Before you were born.
Mm-hmm.
We look in Jacksonville, I go back to, say, 68, 69.
Wow, okay.
And Eugene J. Butler at that time had a bad attendance. Well, I should say a bad rate of people being in school on time. So I was able to play music over the intercom. And it was Eugene J. Butler, and we called it WEJB.
WEJB.
And the radio station gave us records so we could play.
Really?
And they would say that everybody's listening to EJB, which was
I
the
bet
radio station.
that increased attendance.
It did. And also it moved on from that. We were able to, the seniors in the senior lunchroom, juniors and seniors, they were able to pipe it in during lunchtime. And so that was a big plus because the seniors at that time had their own lunchroom.
Okay, you hear that, Leon County Schools? Y'all might want to use that tip.
So you could eat back then, healthy of course, as well as having music at the same time. And thanks to WOBS, that was a vision that Johnny Shaw and today Willie Martin was also there. But I was able to get the records from them.
Excellent, excellent.
That
So
was the beginning.
that is the beginning. How has radio changed from that time to this?
From turntables and cart machines, and I know that's foreign language to you,
It
and
is.
from records and from albums, which you probably part of your CD.
I do
era.
have some albums.
You have some
Thank you.
albums.
Yes.
That have changed, and everything is really computerized, which is better because you can now load more music and you can really put anthologies in the system opposed to just finding the album and playing it from. So that's really changed.
Okay.
And communication itself, look at us.
Yes, I know, right?
Think about it,
Yeah,
where we are now.
absolutely. So I listen to your show every day.
Thank you.
I love Joe Bullard, and I love Joe Bullard's show.
I love you back. Okay.
So you have worked with many artists, have seen many artists.
Yes.
Which artists stand out to you? Is there
Stand-
any one that stands out?
Well, the love of my life was Diana Ross.
Diana
She
Ross,
stands out.
the boss.
Still is.
Okay.
From Diana to Aretha to Gladys to Patty to Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross. I say that because those concerts she was able to see, and to see a concert and then able to play the music, it makes a difference in meeting that person. I think back here in Tallahassee, you think to Tina Turner coming to Tallahassee, met her back in the day, or Kenny Rogers, even a Dolly Parton. It makes a difference when you tune the tune up, knowing that you've met that person.
Wow, wow. So is there anybody that you haven't seen that you'd like to see?
No,
Really?
seen them all.
Wow, that's something. I don't know many people that can say that.
Seen them all and worked them all. And then you think back to my Columbia days, you're talking 14 years, and you think back to a Destiny Child or Beyonce today, but think back when they were just getting started, and I had them on promo tours.
Oh, wow.
Say in Miami. You think back to Lauryn Hill promo tour. You think back to Will Smith promo tours, Little Bow Wow, The Brat, even Jagged Edge.
Wow.
Columbia, Sony Music, we made the hits.
I see.
And Maxwell, coming back around now, I'm playing who I work with and can think back to Maxwell's first performance in Boca Raton, where I had the honor of, he was the artist I had to take care of that day for his performance that night. So learned a whole lot.
I bet.
And you go back to Kenny Lattimore, name it, and
that is something.
Back in the day, you think about the Jack the Rapper conventions, the Black Radio exclusive conventions too. So I've met the best.
Okay, excellent. Now, the voice of the Marching 100.
Wow.
Tell me how that started.
Wow. Ooh. My roommate, God bless the dead, that was Charles Brown from Jacksonville. He was a drum major, and I would go out to band practice, and the announcer at the time was Tony Whitby. And Dr. Foster would come to practice to do that final run on a Thursday. And one Thursday, I was there, and Tony Whitby was not. And just going along with the script. With a drum major being your roommate, you kind of knew that everything had a count to do with it. This was in 8 counts or something like that. So I was able to run through the script. But there again, Tony was back that Friday, so one time. So I just started practicing doing it.
Wow.
And as time went on, we got to Miami, Florida. And that's when I got the opportunity to do it. When Dr. Foster told me then I would be the announcer for the Marching 100. And we're talking 1975 to be exact.
Really?
The radio station came on in 74.
Golly, 75. So, gosh, that's what, 41 years roughly?
Before you were?
Sure. No, I was born.
Still here. We date back to that.
Golly.
Wow, that was it. Back then.
So what does that mean to you to be the voice of the Marching 100?
It's an honor. It's an honor, and you're meeting other band directors, other band announcers, and you get a chance to travel too. And I guess one most remembered part of being the announcer is when FAMU got ready to go to Paris. My wife and I had just came back from Paris a year before, and I told the Lord and 4 more people that I knew that I weren't in a hurry to go back to Paris. So therefore, we set that one out.
Okay.
But that's the only one that, when you think about it now and you know that they were the only band, HBC, well, only band really, to go and perform in Paris. That's still an honor knowing that I had the opportunity to go if I wanted to.
Wow, that's excellent. That's excellent. So music, what does music mean to you?
The beat of the day.
The beat of the day.
The beat of the day. You can hear a song that'll make you go back to when life was good. It can make you go back to remember someone you lost. It can also make you go back, really, when it was just you. And music will bring you up to when you met that special someone and that remembered someone. But it's there.
Absolutely. You know, I think of a DJ like a doctor in terms of music healing the soul.
Okay.
And music moving the crowd. You know, when you go somewhere and certain songs come on, maybe people might start dancing or maybe they don't dance. So the DJ knows he needs to do something else.
We can take the songs out loud. For instance, Back That Thing Up. We know that group is coming to town.
Right.
But the Brick House, there was a time everybody was not a brick house. But they can think back to when they were. They say, ooh, when that song came out. So you get that kind of song.
Right,
ooh, I remember when my mama played that. So those, when you say, you think back to your favorites, and you lose counts. But I'm happy to know that I'm with a company that is giving the program director leeway to program his radio station and program the sound of the city.
That's great.
And in Tallahassee, with 2 universities, we're really 3. I'm calling TCC. And Kaiser, too. So might as well say 4 or more. People from around the world. They know music, and they get a chance to hear their favorites. And our phone lines are always open. And that lister also has to know that they help me, because they'll call or request a song I didn't think about playing at all, but it'll bring back that memory.
Excellent. Yes. Absolutely good. So I know FAMU brought you to Tallahassee, but what's kept you here?
Yeah, FAMU did. By way of Jones High, Orlando, the orange and green there and orange and green here. What kept me here was the people, my family. If you think about FAMU itself, arriving in Tallahassee in 72, meeting my wife in 74, getting married in 77. Janelle came along in 81, and the rest is history. Okay. So Tallahassee is home.
A rich history.
It is.
Yes, and Joe Bullard is home here. I mean, Tallahassee and Joe Bullard are synonymous.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
And radio, think back, first voice, 1974, when WANM came on the air, in the JNT building. A fellow named Gerald Tooks, I don't know if you know him. He had keys to the building.
Oh.
His daddy owned JNT properties and could put us out. So now that dates back in the time when everything was in one building. You think of the NAACP, you think of Tallahassee Urban League, SCLC. It was all in one building, JNT building on Brevard Street, Frenchtown.
Yes,
when it was real.
When it was real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still is, Alexis. Still is. Gillen's Body Shop still is.
Some people still remain, huh?
Oh, yes, they're there.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. Well, as we wrap up, I'd like you to give us some of the best advice you've either received or given.
Believe in yourself. Take self as far as you can go. The mere fact that if you believe it, you can achieve it.
Okay.
And never take no for an answer if it's something that you believe in. Because that no could be a yes for somebody else. Or that somebody else that told you that no could really be trying to take your yes.
Well, all right. Well, there you have it. Joe Bullard, the Almighty. 2 words. Conversations with Nicole. Thank you so much, Joe.
And thank you, babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love you.
Love you more.
Thank you for joining us with Conversations with Nicole. Be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube.